Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Jaeger-LeCoultre. Today, I'll be your guide to the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Tribute Calendar in 18 karat pink gold. You can see this and all Jaeger-LeCoultre models on our website, govbergwatches.com. For the 85th anniversary of the Reverso model in 2016, Jaeger-LeCoultre has released a series of new watches that have reimagined the watch in critical ways while retaining all of the essential traits that have made it such an enduring entry in the Jaeger-LeCoultre family of model lines. Now, this watch features both a second time zone and a complete calendar with moon phase. First, the only way to approach a watch with this much content is to simply start from the outside and work our way in. Beginning with the high-grade double deployant buckle in 18 karat pink gold like the case, it features both substance and style, beautifully finished inside and out. There is no rough, machined, unfinished, or raw surface. Like the rest of the watch, it's entirely of high polish and impeccable finish, speaking to the attention to detail lavished on every square millimeter of this timepiece. Moving inboard across the substantial brown monotone stitch alligator leather strap, we find the iconic conical end pieces of the Reverso case, the gentle taper of the case flanks, and the strident Art Deco style horizontal gadrons across the case. Now, the watch is beautifully rectilinear with subtle curves at its conical end pieces and along the vaulted flanks of the case. The combination of strong rectilinear geometries and subtle curves hark back to the Art Deco days of the 1920s and 30s, a period that gave birth to the original Reverso in 1931. And in tribute to that era, you can see all applied rose gold indices, not printed as on the original watches, but applied by hand, with a classical railroad-style minutes track outboard, and inboard a beautiful silver-grained dial featuring faceted apertures for the day and the month, as well as a radial date display and a hand-hammered metallic moon phase disc at 6 o'clock. On the reverse side of the case is a beautiful charcoal velvet clou de Paris guilloche with inset reference time zone. The reference time zone, like the front, also features applied rose gold indices, golden Dauphine hands at center, and a night-day indication at 6 o'clock to distinguish, for instance, between 12 a.m., 12 p.m., night and day, so you won't accidentally place a 4 a.m. wake-up call to friends in remote time zones. For 2016, a new actuator has been introduced on the dual-time Reverso models. Placed in the top of the case, the trigger is completely unseen until needed. Simply by pulling it, the reference time zone is manipulated in 1-hour increments to set independently from its counterpart on the front. Moreover, the watch features a new style of carriage decoration known as Soleil Engraving. The Soleil Engraving, deep, rich, spectacular, and in gradient form, adds nuance and dynamism to the carriage portion of the watch. True to the spirit of the Art Deco era, it features strong linear geometries, entirely consistent with the thematic design of the watch. Internally, the timepiece features a manufacturer Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 853 operating at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Manually wound, it does have a 42-hour power reserve. Jaeger-LeCoultre recommends winding the watch at the same time each day to ensure that the ebbs and flows of power reserve always coincide, and winding the watch is a distinct daily pleasure. It's also important to note that the watch has 3 ATM water resistance, which Jaeger-LeCoultre rates for surface exposure, but not for submergence or any acts that may involve hydraulic shock to the timepiece. It's also important to note that both sides of the watch feature immense detail on the dial, both hand-finished. Like the clasp, like the finish of the case, like the engraving of the carriage, they speak to the level of artistry invested in every member of the Reverso family. For 2016, the Reverso is 85 years old. You can see this and all of the new entrants in the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso family on our website, govbergwatches.com.